Welcome to On Air. I'm your host, Marcus Vadas, and we are here at the lovely Postmodern Group Studios in Irvine, California. PMG, baby. Today we got a very cool guest. He is from Young Company, not The Young Company, but Young Company. His dad started this in 1949, and today we've got the son who's taken it to the stars. His name is Bart Young. Let's dive in. Bart, thanks for coming down, man.
Marcus.
Good to finally meet
Appreciate
you
it. Yeah.
in person.
Good. Enjoy being here.
So give me a little history about Young Company. It started by your dad in
That's
1949?
Right. That's right. My father, Doug Young, had been the West Coast manager for a national agency, and he decided to start his own shop in 1949. And that at the time was Taggart and Young was the name, and it evolved into Spear, Young and Hollander, which was a strong independent shop in Los Angeles in the 50s and 60s.
What were some of the major accounts they had back then?
The big one that you would know would be TWA, which at that time was owned by Howard Hughes, and he was my dad's client directly. He basically did business with Howard Hughes in his home in Hancock Park.
Was this over the phone?
No, this was in person.
This is before the nuts kicked in.
No, he was already becoming nuts. Okay. My dad had many stories about he's a very eccentric man, and didn't it created great stories, as they say. Bad experiences usually generate terrific stories, and this is the case with Hughes. He was very disrespectful, and he was very crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
You hear that in the documentaries, but you don't know if any of it's really true, or how skewed it is. So it's interesting to hear someone who's firsthand.
Yeah, very, very, very eccentric.
And take me to how you ended up leaving Los Angeles and coming to Laguna Beach.
Well, in the late 90s, we were doing a lot of business in Orange County. In particular, Texas Instruments had a facility here, and we had that account. So we opened an office in Laguna Beach because I had a key employee who lived in Laguna Beach, and I always liked Laguna Beach. And that office began to grow, and I began to come down here to Orange County a lot, and I really liked doing business here. Yeah. So we generated more and more clients in Orange County.
And how big is the agency today?
It's actually 10 people, 7 in the office and 3 that work from home.
Now, you're a B2B agency, a business to business.
That's right.
Were you in the past a DTC, a direct to consumer, or have you always been primarily a B2B?
I've handled some consumer business throughout my career, but I would say 80% of it is business to business. It's what I gravitated towards when I first started. I had a couple of choices, and I really liked working on the for the companies that manufacture things, and it evolved from more of an aerospace orientation to computers, and then software, and then .com, and then internet related businesses, and it just sort of gradually migrates over time. But you build up experience in doing that, and I've also helped launch a number of companies.
We're going through this big shift where we're seeing print, television, radio, all taking kind of a decline, and internet is on the rise.
Yeah.
And what are you guys doing to help keep Young Company in the market?
Well, probably half of our business is internet oriented at this time. And I'm fortunate that the head of our internet marketing group is my daughter, Robin, who is 26. And she has recruited some really smart young programmers and designers who we're affiliated with. And so we do internet for every one of our clients, but we don't typically see it as being the total solution. We see it as part of a package.
Something that you need to integrate.
We need to integrate, exactly. So we're still doing print, we're still doing direct mail, we still do a lot of PR, and we have one retail client where we're doing a lot of broadcast. So, it's now just integrated in with everything else.
How do you go out and acquire new clients? Do you wait for the RFP to come to your door?
Two things. The internet because our site's well optimized, produces about 20 new sales leads for me every month. And we convert about 1 new client a month out of that, because not all of them are a good fit,
Sure.
or you know,
Right,
yeah,
right.
but still, so we have a nice steady stream of business of people who are searching for an agency. In fact, that's how Samsung found us. But
this is something you've implemented,
Yes.
that you go out there and find who's looking for work.
no, they're finding us, Marcus. They're finding us on the internet. They're entering, marketing Orange County. If they do that, they'll
you're
end up
putting
on
the
our
flag
website.
out there.
Yeah, and we've done, I think, a good job of putting good content on our website so that they come to us these days, often telling me that they've already done their homework and they'd now like to have a meeting. And it's sometimes a case where it's just a matter of working the deal out. In other words, they're not going through the full review process. It's
So you're
very
bypassing.
different. It's very different. Yeah, and it's not me. It's just that the internet allows the prospective customer to do more homework in advance.
So they don't have to spend all the time and effort to
Exactly.
figure out who you are and if it's a good fit.
Precisely. But we also do direct mail to targeted prospects that we feel meet our profile. I brought some samples
great.
to show you. These are more like greeting card style mailers. Some of them have quotes from famous people. That happens to be one of my favorites. It's a quote from Thomas Edison. He says, "Hell, there are no rules here. We're trying to accomplish something."
So you send these out to prospective
Yes,
clients.
you're right, exactly. And so these are used to kind of make our brand familiar to them so they get a feeling for our style. And these have also done a good job of producing new prospects for us. But it's a timing issue, Marcus. You can't really control the timing. That's the power of the internet. When the prospect is in need of something that they need to do, they go to the internet and then they find us. That's perfect. But these pieces are a little bit different. The purpose here is to kind of build up our name familiarity so that when that time comes,
You need to be Johnny on the spot
exactly,
and be there.
Exactly. So
Be at the
that's what
front
we're
of the line.
doing to generate business.
So give me an example of how you integrate web into a current campaign that you're running right now.
Okay. For Samsung, we handle their digital presenter division, which sells to the education market. And when we first picked up the account, it was primarily print advertising and PR and trade show support. But what we've been doing this past year is building brand affinity for the Samsung brand among teachers and students, and we've done it over the internet. And we've run a scholarship program as well as a grant program. Teachers can win a document camera, which is about $1,000. We gave away 50 a month ago.
Cool.
Yes, and we have drawn hundreds of thousands of teachers and students to our website to participate in these programs. What we want and our goal is for Samsung to have the same level of loyalty and popularity that Apple does in the school, because
That's great.
technologically, yes, we have a superior product, but that's not enough. We want them to, if all things being equal, we want them to prefer the Samsung
The
brand.
brand's got to resonate with them.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, thanks so much for coming on the show, Bart. We
All
really
right.
appreciate it.
All right,
It was
very
awesome
good, Marcus.
having you down.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And tune in next week. Don't forget to click play. We've got a whole slew of shows lined up for you. I want to thank our guest, Bart Young, again. We will see you next time. I'm Marcus Vadas, and we are out of here.